Yo, the worst thing that could happen to you is that you get a song drilled in your head before you start a live stream. So I'm minding my dang business, and Karen blurted out, "I like to move it, move it." And now it's stuck in my head. So if it slips out, it ain't my fault. I like to move it, move it. Hello, Taisha. Good to see you here. Paul is trying to figure out how to work Zoom, but he can't hear me, so he has no idea that I am trash talking him right this very instantaneous. Pow! He don't know. He can't work the Zoom. Anyway, listen. This, you know what it is? It's a Q&A sesh. Huh? Oh, oh, he heard it because he's listening to the YouTube. Right. Already. Like it started out. I'm walking down the dang sidewalk to get down here, and then it's in my head. I'm like, why? Why did she put this in my head? I think it was yesterday, which makes it more jacked up. Is it's been in there for more than 24 hours, and I can't get rid of it. I can't rid of it. All right, so listen, Ty, family, girl, you kill it. You killing it. Just absolutely killing it. And yesterday, um, Tyson's video was talking about self sabotage. And the whole time I'm trying to listen to her, I'm like, sabotage. So, you guys really have no idea how bad my musical Tourette's is. It's horrible. It's legit horrible. I could be watching a TV show and they'll say something, and all of a sudden, brain gone. Gone. It, uh, it normally manifests itself in listening to something while I'm driving, and as I'm hearing that song, the mixer in me is hearing what eight, nine, 10 other songs can go with that song, and so oftentimes I'm building mashups in my head. That's kind of how it normally manifests itself. How did you stall out on the wheel of death? I'm curious. Yo, I've been magic. I keep saying magic. It's magnetic mask has some really cool tricks. Um, I thought of one yesterday. I didn't do it, but here, let's play with that while Paul tries to figure out how to work the internet. Paul, just restart the whole machine. You know the answer. Did you restart it, sir? Oh, don't do that. Don't do fake Dell tech support. I'm gonna get canceled. Should I get the tilted cage? I don't got one. I'm still using the plain Jane Holyfield one, girl. Look, let's go investigate that. Oh wait. Ooh. Um. Let's do this. Let's do this. Sorry, just cleaning it real quick. I don't like it when it's dirty. You know what Paul asked me yesterday, which was funny. Paul was like, "Do I have a lens protector for the lens?" And I'm like, "Nah, not really." But now I think about it, probably should get one. But what I did pick up was the ND filters, and a lot of times what I'll use is I use the lightest ND filter as the I use the lightest ND filter as the protector instead of getting like a UV one. Oh, that's the other Paul. So let me look at what the tilted one looks like real quick. TILTAOSMO ACTION 5A. What is happening, Gretchies? Boom. All right, let's go. Tilt the Osmo action. I wonder how much different it is. This tilt arm is pretty good. This one is super good. Okay, it looks similar to the regular one. It is a little bit more encompassing, which seems good. You still get access to the battery door. I don't care about the box tilt. Oh, it's got some protection for the screen, it looks like. Okay. Oh, no, that's the box. He's stupid. Oh, that's clutch. Okay, I see it. I see it. It gives you the ability to put a ring on, and I'm gonna assume this comes out to like 39 or 40 millimeters, which means then you can put filters. It's not. It says 52 mil right there. Oh, that's good because I have 52 millimeter. Ooh, don't do that. I have 52 millimeter filters. Ooh, Alicia, I do not like you. Oh, she is not cool. She is not cool. This lady right here. This lady right here. So, what you do is you go on YouTube. Oh. Hmm. And then you do this. Titanium gray or black. Gray, black, gray, black, gray, black, gray, black. The gray is kind of dope because it gives you can see like the camera in the bag. Now this one, does it have the filter ring hookup though? Cause that's the sauce right there. The filter ring hookup is the sauce. And does it allow you to still use the magnet base? Looks like it does from here. But this one, this particular Kage doesn't seem to have the filter ring base, but it does have a little bit more protection for the eyeball. Okay. And then if you go full cage, okay. This looks the same, Tilta. Why does this not look like it can swing? Alright, guys. You guys are messing with me. I'm not seeing the difference in the two cages. I do like that the top has a has a cold shoe. That's cool because this top doesn't have a cold shoe. There's not enough explanation. So yeah, the full cage is this one. It looks slightly different because this one doesn't show the the metal bracket. This might be old. Let me go back over here. Check this page. Alicia, you are ruining my life. Yeah, that's what it is. We got to use the real deal, the new joint. Okay, because that's older one. All right, so this says camera cage for the Action 5 Pro base kit, and this says full cage. And base kit seems to come with the clip. That's what the difference is. All right, so that seems to come with the clip. Duplicate this tab, and then go back one, and then do this one. This one does not come with the clip, so that's the difference. So this one you can't put the filter piece on, but but okay, okay. Dang it, Alicia. I don't need it. I do not need it. This girl. This girl, she sent me down the loop. I'm about Paul Jr. or Luis or Gretchen or Alicia. Somebody send me an Amazon link for that sucker. I just only have me personally, I only have the neck holder, ND filters, and um, I forgot the neck holder, ND filters, and that's it. Actually, I didn't buy anything for this yet. Those are the only two, and the Ulanzi MT76, which is a small tripod. Good morning. Um, so they're both good. They're the same. I've been using one password for over 20 years. That's what I use. I don't use Apple Password Manager except for the company. We use it for Ecamm, but me personally, I stick to one password because I've been a one password user for over 20 years. So that's the answer. One password all day. All day. All right, let me kick over here. So I'm going to go to open up a project where he was. March of Madness. Scroll it down. Let's do this. I'm gonna open this one. Go home. And then tab switch. Yo, this my stream deck is not operating nicely. All right, Kathy. So let me show you something cool that you can do. I'll start down here at the end somewhere, and let me mute this so we not make noise. And did not mean to press marker. Okay. So I'll show you something cool you can do with the magnet mask, right? So let's just blade that there. Blade this about right here. Click this baby, hold down the option key, slide up, and then hit the magnetic mask button on my stream deck. Okay, so I hate when this does this to me, like it does a little blink situation. Anyway, look, my interface comes out missing. I know it's there, but yeah, mine has some serious problems at times. So all I do is select. One thing you can do is draw. A lot of people don't know that. When you hold down the select button, you can select and pull up, right? Anyway, so let me put some negative fills here. These are all good. It always tries to skip around my neck, and then this open air light always causes, wrong button. Always causes a problem, so I tend to make a little halo because I just got a big ass head. You probably don't have to do this. People with weird hair, if you got Lenny Kravitz curls or something, you might want to do this too. All right, so throw some neg fills in there real quick, and we're gonna call this gangster. So we're gonna hit the Annalise button. I just realized something I probably should have done. I might reanalyze this. Sorry, people. I just realized, let me do something here. I want to actually add the chord and then neg fill outside the chord. And then make this smaller. All right, so what I'm doing is painting the hole where the chord goes. Okay, then reanalyze this. Okay, so we're gonna say done. And then we're just gonna grab a background from someplace. Somebody. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. He was about to not tool the shed. All right. Wow, that's actually kind of clean, son. That is actually kind of clean. Look at that. Turn off the animation. Let Shepherd Gretchen in. Alright, cool. Alright, so one of the things that you can do here, Kathy, is once you have this, what you can do is pull up the next one and then go to your X and then scale and then Y and then actually switch these layers around and then I'm gonna grab this one. Actually, I'll just use this transform, it's easier. So you can have like another one of you there and then leave that right about there. And then I can take one more of this up and then slide it over. Maybe make it a wee smaller so there's like a depth. And then we're gonna take this little one, we're gonna come to here. Now, I'm gonna show you guys a plugin which you can get for free. But come on, Final Cut, get in the hole. Dude, why are you over? Oh, you know why? You're still zoomed in. Sorry. There you go. That was messing me up. You can get this for free, but you can do it without the plugin if you want. MX Factory has Motion VFX Factory has these little slide utilities that one can use, right? And they're little sort of animations. So if you go to Motion VFX, you can get like sort of free slide animations if you want. You could also just do them with your. You can also do them just animate it yourself, but then you have the pop joints that you can do from Raphael. So you can do this little slide left situation, right? And you can do the slide right situation. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. I think for simplicity, just in case, you want to do it the total broke ass way and you don't have anything, we'll do it this way. So what I want to do is about right here, I'm going to click on the X position. So we're going to mark that. And then I want to come down to the end right about here. And I'm going to mark that again. So those are my baselines. So you press this little icon over here, take you back to the first one. So I'm going to come to the beginning, just a wee bit before. Oh, I got to double check something. And I want to slide away. All right. And then I'm going to go to the next frame, and then I'm going to go to the end. Dang it, I forgot which direction I slide. Same way. I think I did it right. So that way it looks like this. Okay. So that's that side. And then for the next one, what we're going to do is find our first frame. And then we're going to put it on this little guy here. And then we're going to slide away. And then we're going to do the same thing. Use this to help you find your spot. And we're going to click on this one. And we're going to slide it back into position. And then we're going to use this one to jump to our next frame. And then we're going to click back on this one. Actually, we don't need to do that yet. We need to go to the last frame. And then we're going to click on this one, and we're going to slide it back out again. Okay, there you go. So now, what you end up finishing with is something that looks like this. Hey, where'd you go? You jerk. Why didn't it slide back in? All right, let me find out what happened to this. Oh, it didn't keep any of the keyframes. You bastard. Set the frame. Let me just eyeball this. I'll make this one come in a little sooner. And then we're gonna slide. Oh, damn you. I hate when you do that. So now I got to do show animations. And same with this one. This is why I use the plugins, because as easy as this stuff is to do the animations, it get on your nerves. I need to set a frame here where this middle piece is still in the body. Like, it's not moving. And there we go. It's about right there. And then go to the end. And select the middle piece. Come back a frame. Let me see what happened. And this middle piece doesn't move out. So we want to go to the last frame and then take this and slide it out. There we go. There you go. So, and then of course, when you're done with all of that, all you would do is add a little break up. Come over here. I'm going to use my Rafi tools and just get a little slide blur or a glitch. I like the glitch. And then Control D. I like to make it like 6 frames and biggin it so you can see what you're doing. And half on, half off. Copy that. Go to the end. Paste it. And then now you can see. Dude, stop bugging. Sorry, because we're live streaming, it's messing up my Final Cut performance. And plus, I zoomed way out, so I went way far back. Sorry. Done. Play. There you go. So, there you go, Kathy. Something else that you can do with your moving of the magics, if you so choose. You know, you can make clones. You can make lots and lots and lots of clones. You know, you do something really, really cool. Everybody can hear me except you, Paul. Of course, my Zoom is unmuted. I told you it's not me. Oh, wait, he's not even here. Oh, there he goes. He had to go change the pins. Since he can't hear me. Since he can't hear me, then that's good. I can hear you. You can't hear me. Oh, I guess you can hear me now. Never mind. Oh, hey, thank you, Rich. Thank you. Try make your Zoom feed into your external speakers for a second. Yeah, try make your go into your internal speakers for a second. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Gretchen, I didn't hear your mic. What did you say? Thais is having lunch. It's okay. Thais is having lunch, even though she knows I only had protein bar for breakfast. So it's a little rude. I'm joking. Paul, Alicia said to send me Amazon link for Tilta Cage Action 5 Pro. I hate Alicia. Why she do that? I only got a couple days before I fly, so hurry up. This dang Alicia. She's like, oh, let me ask you a question. Hey, nah, I wouldn't do it. At, there is a couple of different ones that aren't. There aren't Tilta that maybe a little cheaper, but I just like Tilta. I trust them. I I actually I kind of like the design of Tilter better than Small Rig, but Small Rigs tends to be quicker with getting the stuff out. You know what I mean? Matt, why are you sending me DMs when I'm live? Oh, he sent me the tracking number. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you, bruh. Thank you. You know what? The sad part, Matt, is it's probably going to come to me when I fly out on Saturday. Wait, do I fly Saturday or Friday, Paul? What day do I fly? Paul is like Siri. He knows things faster than me. I fly out on Saturday. I fly out on Saturday, 8 a.m. Yo, I would get in trouble. It's against the rules, but it'd be super funny to try to hold class from 30,000 feet because we got Starlink in Hawaiian now. Hawaiian in the air sometimes is faster than this office. Like, and I have 600 down and 60 up, but I've been in a plane and got like 800 by 800. And I'm like, why can't we make video calls in the plane? Because I kind of want to, because it's so quick. So I, I sit right next to the galley, so I can't be sneaky. Plus, all the flight attendants are my friends. But I kind of sort of want to try to make a Zoom call from the plane, just out of the pure interest of it all. You know what I mean? Okay, so Alicia has a good question. Is there a way to set up memory and Claude like like Chat GPT? Um, there is. Uh, you know what's funny? I spend so much time with British TV and things of that nature that sometimes when I go to write personalization, I put S instead of Z, and I'm like, why? Why are you doing that? So let me show you, At, how it's a little bit different. It's not the same, but it does work. Okay, let me take you over here. I have a browser scene. Okay, so I'm in my regular Claude, not Claude projects. Yo, they finally added web search. Yes, Claude. Yes. Ermagerd. Ermagerd. Listen, I've been I've been waiting for this forever, ever. Cause I really like Claude the most, and I can't say why. It has it has a certain je ne sais quoi. But I've always hated when it says I can't feed a what's your name? I can't call it. Like it drives me crazy. I'm like, get a damn web search, you jerk. Okay. So if you go Oh wait, I wanted to show you something. These are my descriptions. Check this out. I did this the other day, and you guys saw this. I pulled up a chart, right? And no, I pulled up some stats from YouTube, and I told Claude to make me a chart, and it made a chart, right? So you can do things like that as well. Um, Let me see. What did I say? I said make. Oh, it only shows half of it. So here's the first version of said chart. This one was better, but it wasn't prominent enough. Move your big brain, dude. It wasn't prominent enough, the section that I wanted it to see. So I had it redo it. But in Claude, right, after I had it pull this report, this was the stats that I pasted in. I said, make a graphic to show this. And then I put the stat that came from the report. And it basically generated this little rudimentary graphic. So here's a couple things that's cool about this. From style standpoint, if I'm doing this for my presentation or one of my talks when I'm speaking at an event or whatever, I wouldn't use this layout, but it's enough layout for me to go into Canva and for me or Express and prettify this to match my steez. But the basic overall sketch, if you will, Claude just nails it, right? So what I wanted though was I wanted it to look like this, and that worked. But then the words are on top of each other. But because it's HTML, that would be easy to fix. And then I just said, okay, never mind all of that. And then I went over here because it's so much better at these sort of things. I went to ideogram, and then you guys are gonna see some behind the scenes action. But I had it go ahead and create this one. And so that's the one that I used in the video. You know what I mean? Instead, and it came up with some decent ones too. Like all of these are pretty good. I just used the first one because this one was a little too candy. So you can make really nice assets for yourself, even with the free ideogram. But you can use Claude to help you like decipher that mess. And then what I did was I took the one from Claude here that was ugly and I seeded that to ideogram to be like, all right, make it cute. So then I don't have to even take my time to go do it in Canva. You know what I mean? So it's pretty crazy. Yeah. So now think. Oh, so Richard said, yeah, thank you. 'Cause it makes my life so much better because what I had done prior, Rich, is I had in Claude Projects, I had a I had a script. Well, let's break it down. Can I take it in and see this? Yeah. So here's my whole prompt that I made for writing those descriptions. So, two ways you can do what you want to achieve, Alicia. Way number one is you could go into projects and you can create a project. And with the project, you can give it all the things about you that you want it to remember, right? So, for instance, GPT has a very dope set of memory for me. It already knows what I want. I could tell GPT, because I've used it so often, to write a set of custom instructions that will most accurately present what I want when I talk to an LLM. And I'd take that and just paste it right into here. But that's one way. The other way, AT, would be to come back over here to Real Claude, and then under the style section, so you go to create and edit style. So you would create a custom style, and then you would add a writing example. So if you have, I know not if you have tons of stuff that you've written recently, you could paste in, say, 8, 9, 10 of your last newsletters, and it kind of would be able to build you a style that's just, this is Alicia, right? So you can go ahead and feed it a bunch of your writing examples. If you don't have any writing examples, you can describe your writing example. Then you can tailor it to a particular audience, use a specific tone, describe it generally right? So you can start with any of these starting points. Okay, so here's a style objective. And I'm going to cheat real quick. I want to create a style objective that will allow me to make content that is specifically designed for beginning YouTubers, especially people in the age bracket of 40 and up. Let's call them Gen X plusers. Many of these people will be business people with busy lifestyles that are brand new to YouTube, but find themselves in a position to have no choice but to create content in order to expand their business, do their marketing, and keep up with social media trends. I like to provide this information in a fun and witty way, but not so jokey that it's corny. I also would like to make sure that I add actionable steps at every chance because I don't want to just feed information. I want to make sure that they have the information that they can use in order to get an outcome that will be positive. I'm highly motivational. I tend to use stories, anecdotes, and humor in order to lighten the burden of it seeming like a daunting task. And I try to refrain from using overly cliche words and phrases. I also avoid any technical jargon without explaining it first. When we're writing, we want to write at a level that's approximately eighth grade. We understand these people are educated, but I don't want to confuse them with too much heavy lifting in the writing. What you guys can't see is my superhuman. There you go. I have an AI transcriber called Super Whisper that did that for me. So now I can say generate the style. For Rich for your sake, you could use what that boy name is, Audio Pen, something like that. So here we are, and then you can say preview an example. Let's try a product review. No, let's do educational content. Not when why the sky changes at sunset. No, we don't want to do that. Can I make my own prompt? Anyway, let's just leave this style here. We're going to go back and we're going to call this good. Now, if you want to edit this, you can come here. You can make it like this. You can add more to it, but for now, we're going to leave this in position. So let's go ahead and close this. I know I want to synchronize the changes. What are we doing? Do we synchronize it? I hope you synchronize it. Oh, yeah, it's here. Okay, so now we got this here. Let's the superhuman this. Act like a YouTube expert, especially someone who specializes in making engaging and click-worthy thumbnails. Make a brainstorming worksheet that gives the 5 important tips for creating thumbnails and give a step-by-step guide in order to help the users create highly effective thumbnails for YouTube. Paul make fun of my loud keyboard, but with my loud keyboard, you know what's cracking. I just want you to know how quick I'm with it now that I don't have to type, because y'all know your mans can't type. All right. There it is. Now, let's take... Dude, this is very good. This is very good. Let's read what it says. It says 5 critical elements of highly clickable thumbnails. Clear, readable text. Not too much. 3 to 5. It knows me. It knows my 3 to 5 words. Are large enough to be read on mobile device. High contrast on the background. Complement your title, but not duplicating it. Can you hear this, people? Can you hear this? Has anybody heard me say any of those 4 things ever before in your ever before? Come on, son. Come on. All right, so here's your little worksheet. Brainstorm your text here. Blah, 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 blah. Ask yourself, can someone understand this at a glance? Would it make them curious? Okay. Strong emotional, y'all stupid. Small emotional elements. Your thumbnail should evoke emotion through facial expressions, surprise, excitement, curiosity, bold colors that match the emotion, red for excitement, blue for calm, visual tension or contrast. Bingo. A hint of intrigue or mystery. Use the question mark, Yolanda. Use the question mark, Yolanda. There you go. Emotion you want to convey. How will you show this visually? Bingo. This is a good checklist. I'm going to have to put this in my little email joint. Clear focal point. Thumbnail needs one main subject that draws the eyes. Good lighting on the main subject. Simplify the background. Blur or darken. Rule of thirds placement. You guys understand rule of thirds placements? If you understand rule of thirds placement, type 3 in the chat. If you don't understand rule of third placement, put question mark in the chat so that way I can explain it on you. Your main focal point will be how would you make this stand out? Brand consistency. Your thumbnail should include consistent color palette, logo, icon, small but not visible. This, not really. At this point in time, we're going to skip logo because it's YouTube. Recognizable style or template, font choices. Boom, boom, boom. If you're a brand, then yeah, we want you to put your logo. But most people, you want to skip that because it's not about you. It's about the audience. Thank you, K-Walk, for answering the question. The rest of y'all stop being shy. Recognizable style or template. Yes, important. Keep them the same. Font choices that match your brand and personality. Colors, font, style elements. Make sure you get these down somewhere on the chart. Bingo. Thank you, AT. What's up, Joel? From the Six God. High quality, well composed image, high resolution. Now, this one I use 1920 by 1080 instead of 1280 by 720. YouTube will shrink it, but if you start with more, Gretchen can explain that better than me. But if you start with more pixels, you got a better chance of getting a clearer output when it shrinks down. If you start at 1280, if for whatever reason it decides to compress it, it's going to overcompress it and you can get splotchy blocky. So I always send it 1920 by 1080 instead of 720. 1280 by 720. There you go. Cropped appropriately, faces important elements visible, professional looking, not pixelated or blurry. Here's your custom photo, your stock photo ideas, your graphic design concept, and then step by step, top 10 videos in your niche. Look at top 10 videos in your niche. Very good concept. Common elements that successful thumbnails share. Thank you. Hydrate is telling me to drink water. Hold your horses. The elixir of the gods. Aubrey with her plain silver bottle. Your man out here coming with that bright orang. Copy Alicia. All right, let's get back over here. Hi, Obs. Good to see you. You're based on your comfort level, Canva, Immediate, Adobe Express, or PicMonkey. PicMonkey. I've never tried making a thumbnail in PicMonkey. We should do that. Photoshop or GIMP. By the way, people who want a free Photoshop, GIMP just updated again with a brand new update. So that's free Photoshop. I've always liked GIMP. I just never use it because I just use Photoshop. I've been Photoshop since day one. Also, Photoshop Beta got some new hotness, which I might make a video about. Select or create your base image. If using thumbnails, take several photos with different expressions. Use stock photos. Ensure they're properly licensed. If you're creating graphics, keep them simple and bolded. Apply the 5-second test. Look at your thumbnail draft for only 5 seconds, then look away and ask yourself, ooh, this is hot. This is hot. This is hot. Yo, this is super hot. I didn't even thought of this. Look at your thumbnail draft for only 5 seconds. Look away and ask yourself, what's the main message? Does it create curiosity? Would you click it if you weren't the creator? Come on, gangster. Let's copy that. Let's give that to the chisel. That is sauce. That is that sauce. Like Gucci Mane. If it ain't sauce, you lost. Where my hip hop heads at? You guys know about Gucci Mane? If it ain't sauce, you lost. Create 2 to 3 versions with slight differences. Test different thumbnails on similar videos. Review the click-through rate after 24 to 48 hours. YouTube Studio Analytics, pause, junior, senior. Quick compare. thumbnails look smaller. Mobile devices use thumbnails.tv, I think it's called, in order to check your sizing. Consider how your thumbnail appears in the search results and update old thumbnails if they're underperforming. What are your next steps? This, my friend, is that sauce. This is legit that sauce. Boom. This is cool. Now, what'd be really dope is if I want to download this before they mess this up. I wonder if I could tell Claude to make this pretty. Okay, watch. We're going to try something, gangster. We're going to try something. COOLORS. Now, I know this. These are my colors. I can just snatch this. However, I'm going to just go ahead and take y'all so y'all can see what it is. We'll see if it's smart enough to do this. This is my colors. I'm going to grab these, copy them, and then I'm going to come back here and say my brand colors are, wait, I'm going to cheat. Hold on one second. I could use Claude again. I'm just going to do it in GPT because I don't want to mess things up. You know what? Stop cheating. Turn these numbers into hex numbers and separate them by comma. Oh, it missed that. I hit the wrong button. Turn these into a hex number list separated by comma. There you go. Because, you know what I mean? If I did it, I don't want to mess it up. All right. So I copy that, come back to Cloud, and give it that. See if it can do it. It might not be able to do it, but let's see. We're going to flex Claude today. It says generating. Claude is not playing games, cuz. Claude is not playing games. Claude, you're a gangster. Taisha, here's a dumb question for you. You ever have days on your Gyploides where you're not feverish, but your body is just hot? Or maybe I'm having menopause. Dang, Michelle gonna get here and start telling us about needing the air conditioning. Yo, Claude is working hard on this, family. No, for some reason, it doesn't happen often, but every once in a while, like, I know I'm not having a fever, but my body is just hot. Or maybe I'm just excited because Alicia asked a good question and she sent me down this nerd rabbit hole. Man, Super Whisper was about to. Oh, come on, gangster. Come on, gangster. Look at this. Super Whisper was about to just make a whole type of that of us talking about menopause, which would have been really weird. Look at this. Come on. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. Now, here's the crazy part about this. This, my friends, is HTML. So not only could I send this out in a mail list, I can make this. Oh God, I'm tripping. Hold on. Let me come back to the big head. Listen, I can make this a landing page on some place where you would enter your email address, which would fill up my kit.com, and then you would come here to be filling out your little sheet. So because this is code and Claude is pretty gangster at code, I can be like, okay, Claude, here's this HTML. It made it. It don't know it made it, but it made it. And you can be like, I need to turn this into a cool little mini site where people could fill this out. Actually, it looks like it might be fill outable. Hold on, let's try something. Let's go back to the preview. Oh yes, it's fill out. Oh, shut up. Yo, shut up. It's fill outable, and it would email the person the worksheet. Alicia, you win. You win. All right. I'm going to where's Alicia? Alicia, if you're still here, raise your hand. I need to talk to you real quick. Cause you won today with that one question. You are the winner. You are the winner. You are the winner. If you still here, AT, holla at your boy. Cause you just changed my whole life. I couldn't even think about to make this as a tutorial, but I just did it because she asked the question, and this is how my brain works. Like, I just want y'all to sync on something real quick. Everybody that's here, for those of you who decided to show up today, I want you to sync on something real quick. I'm harping on you 24/7 about just experiment. So Alicia asked the question. I have no idea if this question was going to work, but I do know that you can make modifications to Claude to build a custom style. So in order to teach her how to build a custom style, I just blurted out what was in my head. It didn't require any coding or programming or whatever. I just know my mission clearly. So I stated my mission clearly to Claude to have it make a custom instruction based on that. And on a scale of 1 to 10, not even a dope set of instructions. It was a very basic set of instructions. Any one of you could have did what I just did. The only tool that I had that you don't have is Super Whisper. But you know what? You could have just pressed dictate with Apple. It's the same thing. At that level, it didn't do any calculation on my dictation. It was a raw dictation. So you could have dictated that into Apple Notes. You could dictate that into Audio Pen. You could dictate into Applaud. You could dictate into your nephew while he type. Okay, I just can't type, so that's why I dictate. I just thought of a really stupid old joke about Little Rascals. Never mind. If you know that joke, let me know. Anyway, so stay close, Alicia. This is for you. All I did was tell her that, so I did that. And then I said, okay, well, let's do something with that. So I asked the question that you guys asked. How do you make a thumbnail? You know, I'm bitchy about thumbnails, right? So I just say, act like a YouTube expert. Explain to someone who specializes, especially someone, let me start my English again because y'all know I can't read. Act like a YouTube expert, especially someone who specializes in making engaging and clickable thumbnails. Make a brainstorming worksheet that gives 5 important tips for creating thumbnails and give a step-by-step guide. All right, I'm going to give you this prompt because I don't think it'll fit in the chat. I'm going to try it. Chat might truncate it. It looks like it's longer. Yeah, it is longer. Hold on. I'm going to give you this so you can screenshot this and do with it, Venus, what you will. Venus, if you will. Man, why does he have musical Tourette's? What is wrong with he? Like, come on, dude. Here, I'm gonna make this. Oh, I need to switch this to dynamic so you can get. I want you to get a good, clean copy of this. So I don't want to hear no damn excuses. Because what happens is Paul Jr. normally be like, Doc, can you send me the prompt? And then I got to yell at him. Yo, why did that not do what I wanted it to do? Oh, you got that's only the first half, right, Paul? Man, text, do what I ask you to do. Why are you acting like that? Oh, you are being heinous. All right, I know what I'll do. I'm just going to do it this way since it's not scaling with me. Sorry for the sidetrack. You know your man got issues. There you go. That should be enough for you to copy that prompt. So get your screenshots on. If you do it, if you listen to Doc and you have Tech Sniper installed in your computer, you're good to go. Paul has put it in multiple pieces so that you can snatch it from there. Anyway, so all I did was posited that question, and then it 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 came up with my little sheet. This is the one that you saw earlier. This was gold. This was gold. It needed like one edit, maybe two. And again, now that I have the HTML, I can edit that simply. But then all I said was turn this into a pretty visual. This is not coding language. This is some ignorant speak. Actually, turn this into a pretty visual using my brand colors. My brand colors are as follows. That's it. Like no prompt engineering, no getting cute with it, no just follow the instructions. Claude, you know what to do. And then that's it. That's it. So some of y'all, and I don't think GPT knows how to do this, but let's investigate. Let's try stuff. Alicia, oh, let me get back to Alicia. Come on, because I'm tired of making her wait. Where'd she go? AT, because you did what you did, and you asked a solid question, I'm going to send a tilted cage to you. It's a reverse super chat. I'll do it. We in class, because then I don't put your business in the street right here. But when we get in class today, I'm going to send you that tilted cage. You win today, because this is my stream. That was motherfucking gold. I'm just saying. Absolute gold. Gretchen, why are you smiling? Why are you smirking, Gretch? This the first time she wasn't a pain in my ass, that's why. You know I can't leave it just happy, right? I gotta throw a little side shade. Yo, Paul is contently doing some mechanicry over there. He's in the desert mechanicking it up right now. What are you doing, P? It looked like he cooking sausage. Look, that
sources, does it limit to just the sources that you asked for? Or will it still go outside to other sources that you don't want in there or that they might review? That was my question, because if you can tailor it to just the sources that you want, that has some real, I mean, that's amazing, because there's a lot of crap out there that I don't want filtered in.
let's see. Where did she go? There you go. So you heard it out of her own face, but I'm gonna just read it again in case you don't understand, old lady. Um, Notebook LB, choose two videos, three PDFs. Manual to generate a conversation. Did Notebook emulate limited to generated to just what you provide? I believe this is true. However, the best way to test that is to take three known PDFs, right? So let's use the Scholastic Guide for reading 1 to 3, K1 to 3, right? So you got three different guides, right? You know, curriculum that's put out by state of Washington, whatever. You can, I know you still got access to steal those. So send it those three. And why you gotta laugh? I know you still got. Listen, let me put her on because y'all think I'm talking to myself. Look, I be breaking Gretchen. Y'all just don't know. This is like when you have your conscience, you have your good conscience and your bad conscience. This is like on Bugs Bunny. You know, he about to do something stupid, and you got your good conscience and your bad conscience. The good conscience on this side and the bad conscience on this side. Yeah, so I would do that. I would take, you know, some material that you know pretty well. You did that forever, right? Maybe it could even be like the national standard guides for librarians and the Dewey Decimal Systems or whatever. So I would go get two or three PDFs that are known quantity, like you know this, like the black of your hand. Well, you know what I mean. And then put it in there, and then ask a question, and then go from there. Oh my God! Can I tell you something? By the way, Gretchen, I went deep. This is your fault, by the way. I went deep, like we deep on club apples because I'm a big fan of Envy. And then, of course, Honeycrisp is all the rage right now. And then there's a new Honeycrisp coming out. And yo, the freaking Apple Mafia is insane. Like, it is dope. It's really incredible how it's done, people. It's even if it's just worth understanding how it is done. So, believe it or not, all the apples that we eat only come from a handful of varietals and it's very controlled, but it takes 30 years to develop the Honeycrisp that we're all buying right now
Yep,
because of
it took
the way they
a long
propagate.
time.
Yo, and I'm like, yo, Gretchen's dad, uncle, grandpa, they were gangsters. Now I
They,
understand why she liked
yeah,
this.
yeah, that's why an apple farmer will never buy a Red Delicious because that's a totally manufactured kind of apple. And I mean, we sold them. It was our biggest seller. It was always that because it had the perfect shape and it lasted the longest in cold storage and controlled atmosphere. It's not the
It
best
was it
tasting
was it
apple
was
for
made for the
sure.
grocery store. Yeah,
It was made so that if it was picked in October, it could be put in controlled atmosphere and sold in April.
that's crazy, bro. It's so
And
crazy. It's
so,
so crazy.
so because that's where they would go. They would go into cold storage is one thing. CA is a whole different thing where they take the oxygen out and keep it
Yeah, sound
from
like in
ripening.
Japan they use nitrogen rooms.
Yeah, yeah. So it's yeah, and then the Honeycrisp was. I mean, I remember when that was being developed, and then the Cosmic Crisp, which was the one that, and those are only can only grow in certain areas.
Well, that's like
That
envy,
was,
right? Only New Zealand and Washington. It can't be grown anywhere else.
and so only Honeycrisp only grows in certain specific little climates, even in Washington.
That's crazy.
Like you can't, we couldn't have grown Honeycrisp on all 1,000 acres. We could have probably grown Honeycrisp on maybe 5 of our acres.
Chris, you like Honeycrisp over Envy? I think Envy tastes better. But yo, Envy is like $2 a piece out here. Like, so when I come to Washington, I'm gonna raid the grocery store. Uh, Karen loves Envy apples, and at one point we would only get like a couple cases for the whole island every year. So you had to like pay attention to the grocery store to snatch it when they came through. Now, because of the way they propagate and they sort of build, now that the crop is bigger, that they're not as expensive. But at one point, uh, Envies were like $4 or $5 a piece. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, now I'm gonna go give me a Honeycrisp today. I haven't had one in a minute. Anyway, back to what we were actually talking about. So, what I would do, Gretchen, is legit. Use that as a litmus test. Take a couple that you want. Now, if you're not sure about this, you can do what I showed you yesterday on the video and use the one in Gemini to at least find those sources first. And then you be like, okay, I trust this one, and then see if you can limit to that. And I even wonder in Gemini if you could say, can you only pay attention to these sources instead of what else deep research you do? That's super, super good. Thank you, quilts and
Thanks.
chocolate. I right now I'm blazing, so I'll need a quilt, but I eat dark chocolate all day, every day, any day, 3 times on Sunday. That's my favorite stuff in the world. So I want to try come back over here and I want to try see if we can use this what we spoke about in Chat GPT because I want to see if it's as brilliant as this. So we want to go like this and we want to say go. Now it kind of knows my style. So let me check which model I want to use for this. Writing and exploring ideas. Yeah, that'll work. 4.5. Let's go. Let's see how it compares to Cloud. Because Cloud is brilliant. As a matter of physics, since we're doing this, we might as well make it a three-way test. Gemini. I hate when people say Gemini. It just reminds me of those nerds back in the space race days when they used to say Gemini. It's Gemini, damn it. Everyday tasks, advanced reasoning. Let's do advanced reasoning. Let's do Flash 2.0. Ooh, best for complex tasks. Let's do Pro. Actually, you guys might not have access to Pro, so this might be a dumb way to do this. Oh, but if nothing else you learn from what I'm doing right now, pick your pick your model according to what you're asking it to do. Understand all models aren't created equal, right? So when you go in and you're about to ask it a question, make sure you select, 4.5 versus 4.0 versus O1 mini, and sometimes you might have to ask the same question to the model in 3 different models. Now, if you got the free versions, you might have as many models, but hey, that ain't my fault. Just try it, and don't just settle for the first one and be like, oh, ChatGPT sucks. You might be using the wrong model. And I think a lot of, uh, beginning slash intermediate users don't think about switching the models out. I make 5-minute chocolates each of my segments video. Yo, come on. Yo, that sounds crazy. I like it. I like it. Listen, I like Ty is over here designing stuff while she's learning and throwing butterflies while she's in the building. Come on, gangster. When I see your logo, all I can think about is Michael Jackson because I love that song. Oh, one thing I just realized, if I wanted to tag you in the video, I have to make a shortcut because you have to hit the emoji, right? So I'll show you. Like if I'm on YouTube and I want to talk to you, I got to hit the @ and then I get the Command Shift space, and then I got to go hit butterfly. And then it will tag you. So it's cute, but it does make it difficult to tag you on stream. So just know that. I'm not telling you to change it, but just know that you make life difficult. But your husband probably agrees with me. That was mean. I can see her face right now because the browser window is blocking. I'm gonna wait when he comes by. I'm gonna ask him. All right, so look at this. Google, your chart is messy, son. Come on. Claude had a cute looking chart. Your chart is messy. But so it gave us this part. So let's go take it, give it the next piece. I'm just curious and see if any of these guys can do what Claude can do. So Gemini is finished thinking. ChatGPT was still thinking. And then I'm going to go like this. And then let's go over here to chat. Yo, it looked like he got stuck. It's asking me to write something. All right, let's do this. Let's see if it's smart. Gemini is, it says it can't create graphics here in the text environment. Well, you suck. It's cool, but you suck. That said, we can try a different model. So I'm going to try something else. We're going to go use the basic model, which everybody has. Just use Flash. And then go back to the first question. All right, buckle up. See, this is where you get corny. All right, future buckle up, future thumbnail titans. That's pretty lame. Don't be lame. Don't be lame. You're like that Funko trying to do. See, this is what I'm saying. See what I mean by change the model? Right, Rich? That's exactly right. 100%. It's funny. All I did was switch the models, and I'm getting this sort of YouTube this sort of HTML output, which is what I was kind of looking for. But it let me copy the code, so I can't see this. Let me try something here. I could use CodeBin. I used to use JavaScript Playground back in the day, but let's see. Can we just take this and we're gonna pull this out. Nope. It ain't as cool. It just ain't as cool. All right, let's go back to this side. These are not the name of the brand colors, by the way. That's not what they're called. They actually have names. All right, so yeah, nobody touches that like Claude. So now you know the answer to that question. If you want to do this, do it in Claude. Yeah, we won't be delving with rocket emojis. um, actually, JB, we was talking about um, Claude in this particular case because Claude did something saucy. I'll show you what it did. I told Claude to act like a YouTube expert and come up with a thumbnail worksheet. So before you guys, because I'm always yelling at you guys about your nails, so it came up with the worksheet, and then after I said to turn it into a pretty visual using my brand colors, and I pasted in my brand colors, and it came up with this beautiful piece, which is an actually functioning HTML form, which I can copy and paste into my website, and it's kind of already gold. And then since I have Squarespace, I can make it even more pretty once I'm over there. But the other two failed miserably at completing the similar task. So it got the text part right, but they can't do the visual. So at this point in time, Claude is the winner chicken dinner for that particular guy. Wait, did I show Jeremy what I was talking about, or was I looking at y'all the whole time? Oops.
We didn't see anything but you.
He's so stupid. This is what it came up with, Jeremy. I was like, why? Why am I? I just look back here and I see Gretchen and Paul looking at me. I was supposed to be showing this to Jeremy. So yeah, this is what it came up with. So I use Gemini Pro on a regular basis. I made a video about it yesterday, as a matter of fact. It's pretty cool, but yeah. Oh, actually, Paul asked that question about Gemini Pro. But yeah, Claude smoked it. The other two failed miserably. They got the text part right, which is fine. But in this particular example, the original question was about Claude, and Claude smoked it like it is a heavyweight champion when it comes to these sort of things. All right, family, that is it. That is it for today. What we're going to do is go drink coffee because I have to have class with these nuggets right after this. Ty, why are you grinning all the time? Here. Why you didn't stay the same size? What the heck? Ecamm, you failed me. Oh, I want to show you guys one thing real quick before we ran away. Because I messed this up today. And I was hanging out with John Ong on his stream the other day. Which, by the way, family, listen. If you're a Rodecaster person and you want to get up to speed on your Rodecaster real quick, John does this thing. I want to say Mondays, Tuesdays, I forget. You got to go over there and check it out. His channel is called Learner to Learner, and he does a thing called sound check. He's been doing it for like 4 years. And you basically go to his stream, you register to be on if you want to be on, and you guys sit there and set up and play with your Rodecaster Pro live every freaking week. And I just happened to be, available, and I checked out the last couple, and it's really good. Like, John and his crew, they absolutely crushed this sauce, and it's super, super amazeballs. And I highly suggest all you people that are trying to get your audio game together to go check out Learner to Learner. It's pretty incredible. But this week, John put me on to something, and I was going to make a video about it, but since y'all are here, we're going to try this. John said when he's done his stream, while he's still in Ecamm, he creates the next stream and thumbnail in Ecamm. And I'm like, say what? He creates the thumbnail in Ecamm. And I was like, done. I know exactly what to do. So we're going to do this real quick. We're going to try this. Let me get rid of these weird old people. Then I'm going to take a photograph. My Stream Deck is being a... Don't say those words, Doc. That's not the right one. Hold on. Stream Deck. Nope. Why are you being weird, Stream Deck? There it is. Okay. So first I'm going to do is take some pictures. We're going to ignore this in my head today because I want to hear. Okay. So it should be done taking photos. Now, what I'm going to do is go to my Ecamm Live recording folder and find one that I like. That one's blurry. That one's good. Okay, we'll use that one. All right, so let me show you this. I'm going to go. Dude, my Stream Deck is still not firing. There it is, live demo mode. All right, so watch this. This is crazy. So, a lot of people don't know this off the top of your brain. Rich asked the question. Rich asked the right question. Watch this, because most people don't know this, but it's built into your Mac. So here's the photo. Wait, show the photo on this screen. Mac, you ding dong. All right, let me shrink this just a wee bit. Ooh, don't do that. A-hole. Just shrink this a wee bit so you can see. Okay, watch this, Rich. Right click, quick action, remove background. Done. It's built into the Mac OS and nobody does it.
That's crazy.
Taisha. Isn't that crazy? Like, most people don't know it's there, bro. It's there. It's not as good as the other apps. Let's not get it twisted. But for Paul, he has a better background. It would totally work. Gretchen's not going to work. Yours might work. Just try it. Okay? So you can select. That's a really stupid looking photo. That's the one we did. Oh, that's a different. Let's use this one too. Right click, quick action, remove background. Bingo. Bingo. All right, I'm gonna use this one. So, what are we gonna do? We're gonna make a new scene, call it thumbnail. Then switch backgrounds. Bingo. We're gonna grab this, torque it in there, bring it down here. Okay. All right, now we're gonna get a text box, move it over here, and then be like, and leave it like that. Love you, Rich. Love you. How crazy, right? It's there. And to be honest with you, if for some reason you can't find it, airdrop it to your phone, hold the picture on your phone would do it, it'll copy it into your clipboard and paste it right back in. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, right? Thais is shaking her head. She's shaking her head. All right, so we're gonna click this real quick and we're gonna turn the background to off for this particular sect. So I'm gonna do a big ass creator. You guys know how he liked to do. He liked to put his big ass head. Now, one thing I won't be able to do is to put my my large cranium. I can't do that with this particular trick. However, then I can take this box, edit the text. Oh, you dummy. Q and alpha. Oi. Dude, every time I go to get my crayons, it always puts it on some monitor way across the damn screen. Like, why you gotta treat me like that? I ain't do nothing to you. All right, so we're gonna do that. And then I'm gonna give me a little cheek lay box like such. And then we're gonna change the color to that. And then we're gonna do this here. And then get the text. And then do change the color. Let's do that. And then let's use an italicated one. Now, this is not my exact style. I'm not going to use it. But, my friends, you have yourself a thumbnail inside of Ecamm already. And all you got to do, look at Ty. Listen, I love people who be doing, when you tell them to do something and they just do it, this is why you got to love them. All right, look. So, look, my thumbnail's done. Like, if I wanted to, I could use this. It breaks whole tradition with my format. But the thumbnail part is done. Like, you can legit this. Now, when you get finished, I can't do this in demo mode, but you're just going to hit the Command-Shift-G to make a photo, and then of course you're going to see it in demo mode, but you get the idea, like it's there. You know what I mean? Here, let me make sure I'm not clicked on anything. Put Ecamm back in the front, and then click off of everything and do the Command-Shift-G again. Ooh, don't do that. But basically, yeah, you got the idea. Go away, dude. What are you doing? If Ecamm's in the front and you're not clicked on any of the elements and you do a Command-Shift-G, you'll get a clean photo. As a matter of fact, let me pop out of demo mode for 1 second and then do a Command-Shift-G. And then pop back into demo mode, and then you'll see there's your nail. It's already done. What's cool is the white, because of the fringe of the white around me, it looks like the letters behind me are actually causing it. So in this case, it doesn't look stupid. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm just saying, when John said that, I was like, listen, I got Canva. I'm going to use Canva. But John said what I've been teaching. And so that's why I like the fact that people who pay attention, because John said the whole goal is to release the friction. And if you walk into a stream and then you see 3 ties at one time, you're going to bug out. You're going to bug out. This is good. This is good. Yo, you should do that. Oh my God, Ty. So you're talking about when you're, okay, you talked about it today a little bit in your, well, yesterday, whatever it was. You're talking about the self-sabotage, right? And like I was joking earlier about, you know, Gretchen being the good conscience and Paul being the bad conscience. You can make one with the mama shade face and the other one that's like very angelly. And so you would put her in a white shirt and then put like a white thing to tie your braids to one side and then maybe have some flowers and just look all sweet and whatever. And then you could be like, listen, I understand you run into conflicts every day fighting with yourself, but you just got to tell yourself to chill out. And it literally is all you, right? Because that's a sick shot, right? But you could be like how to fight with your inner conflict, so to speak. Yo, this is gold, man. This is gold. See the kind of dumb stuff we learned today hanging out? Right. It's not completely great, but you know what I mean? If you're doing what he's doing, and again, my background is probably what's causing this because I have the right here, you know, the shine part of my brain. John has hair. You could also refine that move background in Preview, by the way. If you wanted to be more saucy, Preview does a better job. And honestly, if you take 1 second and upload it to Pixabay or PicMonkey or Canva and just say remove the background and come right back, it's still fast. But I liked his idea of eliminating the friction like ASAP. Like that was just, it was brilliant. And I'm like, yo, so if you get in the habit of what I didn't do the last time. Oh, now you came. Dr. Terry, I have something for you. I'm going to figure out the best way to distribute this to you. But at the beginning of this stream, I did a breakdown on like thumbnail technique. And I just had a form. I had Claude generate a form that you can use to help you with your thumbnail game. So I talked about thumbnails today because of you, and then you came. So you got to watch the replay because I need to drink coffee. That's just the end of that. I need to get my coffee in. But I do thumbnails ups on this joint all the time. So anytime if you come through regular time, 8 a.m. Hawaiian, so hour and a half ago, on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Tuesdays, we're normally doing my podcast record, but on Saturdays, it's Q&A. If you can make it through, I will help you make your nails. Next Saturday, I'm going to be in the airplane. What'd you say?
I said except next Saturday.
Yeah, next Saturday, I'm going to be in the Ariel. Man, see, Paul, he over here.
And the following. You'll be in Vegas.
Oh, we're in Vegas. We get up Saturday on live stream time in Vegas. We might be a little turned. Y'all could be like, hey, we're going to have that, those giant cups with the straw from the Rio? With the 6-foot margarita. We're like, welcome to the live stream. Me and my guest, Paul.
A beer hat.
I don't drink beer, dude. I do not stand that stuff. I do not like to drink the yeast inspection. That's just not your man's. But yeah, super cool. Thank you, Dr. Terry, for showing up. Please come through any given time. And yeah, unfortunately, the next 2 weeks I'm on the road, but I would love to help you walk through your nails. But I'm going to find out a good way from Claude. I did download it. Let me see what the download looks like. I told Claude to download it. Where'd it go? Oh, it saved it in the markdown file. That's weird. I mean, the guide would still work in the markdown file, but in the markdown file, it lacks that certain level of sexiness that Claude generated over here. Like, this is gangster. Ooh, you know what? It says publish. What happens if we press this? I never pressed this before. Publish. Only you have access. Publish and copy the link. Okay. So, there's the link. Claude wants to copy something to your clipboard. Yes. All right. Man, what are you talking about? Claude, what are you blinking? Oh, that was over here. Oops. All right. Let's see what happens. I'm going to put this link in the chat, and y'all tell me what it looked like on your end. Oh, I said, put the damn link in the clipboard, Claude. You're viewing a user-generated artifact. Okay. There you go. You know what? Try to take a look at that, Dr. Terry, and see if it works for you. Ooh, girl, that's my song. What the fellas like? Yo, it works. Y'all didn't see Paul on the back end. Did you see his head pop in and out like a little gerbil? That was funny. All right, so yeah. Freaking Paul, that's too good. Yo, this is cool, man. This is absolutely cool. So we can absolutely use that big melon head. We can use this. Oh, that was terrible. We can actually use this. So yeah, that's basically my thumbnail. If I was teaching a thumbnail class, that's what I'm going to say anyway. So you can play with it and see how it works. But yeah, when we get back, I'll help you do some design work and sort of nail it. Because if you got good stuff to say, we can't have people not clicking it because you got 87,000 different thumbnails. You got to have one style. One style. If you go to Taisha's channel, simply Taisha with some butterflies in it, and you can see what she's done before I yelled at her and after I yelled at her, you get a good idea of what it looks like. Stop laughing, Gretchen. Stop laughing. All right, you guys are cutting into my coffee time. I'm going to go get my coffee on. Class, I will see you guys in 30 minutes. And this was good fun. Alicia, you championed today. You came through. Big Rich, good to see you, fam. And then I will see you guys Tuesday for the Doc and Mary Lou fiasco. It was really weird because I didn't stream this Tuesday. Well, I wasn't going to because of the Alex thing, but I finally got a chance to do it. I still feel like I'm missing the stream. I don't know what it is. I feel like my body is one stream short. So I might have to sneak in an extra one somewhere along the line. Anyway, peace out. A-Town Stomp. Love you folks.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City